Welcome to the channel. This is Frater Sashant. I'm reading from this book here, The Argument for Acceptance in Zoroastrianism by Dr. Kersey H. Antia. He's a Zoroastrian high priest out of the Chicago Zoroastrian community. And, I've been looking over the book some, and I highlighted some sections I was going to go ahead and share here. So far that I've come across them. The Zoroastrians of Iran believe that the good Mazdian religion belongs to all humanity and should be shared by all peoples inhabiting the globe. However, a few misguided, misinformed, and ignorant leaders claim that Mazdian religion belongs only to their race. If these leaders truly believe in Zoroastrianism and have understood the ethical teachings of Mazdaism, then why do they want to prevent humanity from becoming good Zoroastrian? If they know something is good for all, and they deprive them from partaking in such goodness and excellence, then such leaders are sadists and masochists that prevent the non-Zoroastrians to share the good religion. Some of our own prayers believe the fact that Zoroastrianism is an Iranian manifestation. Thus, in Zoroastrianism in Iran, a reference is made to Taziani Bastik Kusistian, that is, the Kusti-wearing Arabs. Since Sir Harold Bailey has conclusively proved that the Tazians were Arabs, it is evident that Zoroastrianism was not confined to Iranians in the olden times. There's another section, it's bigger. A young Parsi lawyer's views. While the older generation of Parsis in India might find it hard to accept converts and views of their centuries-old aversion to acceptance, some Parsis have shown remarkable insight in accepting them. An article written by Bombay Samachar by a young lawyer journalist, Mr. Berjis Minu Desai, deserves to be quoted in full, as it may come to represent the views of the future generations on the subject. He commented on the navjot of such an initiate, the most fervently debated in Parsi media, as the navjot of Joseph Peterson is one of the best things ever to have happened in Zoroastrianism in this country. From the entire episode, two conclusions emerge. One, that the Peterson is a better Zoroastrian than most of us. Two, that this is historically the right moment for so-called silent majority of the community to publicly declare that they will not tolerate the tyranny of the fanatics. Why is Joseph Peterson a better Zoroastrian than most of us? The answer is self-evident. We are Zoroastrians by accident of birth. Peterson is a Zoroastrian by rational choice. Born in Parsi and Iranian homes, we underwent the navjot ceremony mechanically at an age when we were not capable of making any rational choice. We were mentally conditioned to emulate adult behavior in the matter of religion. We donned the sudra and kusti. We visited fire temples. We participated in rituals. We recited prayers by rote in a language we did not understand, only as a matter of habit and imitation. In other words, most of us never even gave a thought as to why and what it was being Zoroastrians. But birth was not the factor in case of Peterson. We understand that he painstakingly studying Zoroastrian scriptures and teaching of a prophet, learned Avesta, prepared his own Sudra Kusti, and felt in all encouraging inner fascination for this religion. Peterson is not a stuntman seeking publicity, nor is he a seeker of doles from our communal charities. He has chosen the faith after active contemplation, long study, as in a matter of finding his true self. For the above reasons, Joseph Peterson is a better Zoroastrian than most of us, Parsis and Iranians. It is the second conclusion is more fascinating. The entire episode has turned the spotlight on the issue of conversion as never before. All Zoroastrians who have welcomed Peterson's navjot should realize that little is achieved by copiously citing passages from scriptures, court judgments, and genetical research reports indicating that Zoroastrianism enjoins conversion, and it is totally universal in approach. For the fanatical sections, it can also do exactly the same, indicating that Zoroastrianism prohibits conversion. The net effect is to confuse the common man. The correct strategy is totally ignore the verbose and long-winded arguments of the fanatics and pay no heed to their emotional outbursts, for their ravings and rantings in public meetings and Parsi daily. Instead, the supporters of Peterson's type Navjots should only spread one clear and simple message: that religion, by its very nature, is a matter of individual belief and choice. After all, the word itself derives from the Latin religare, that is, to bind or to describe man's attitude towards God. Every religion is universal in its approach and cannot be private property of any ethnic or tribal group. One must not confuse the performance of rituals in temples or homes as religion. Zoroastrianism, with its special emphasis on man's goodness to his fellow men, cannot be anything but open door. A faith as ethical, as ancient as Zoroastrianism, can never close its doors to any human being only on the grounds of race and accident of birth. In order to allay the fears of the common man, which are deliberately whipped up by the fanatics to cleverly confuse issues spiritual with issues material, it must be repeated again and again that the Parsi Iranian community is legally entitled to completely free, if it so wishes, to prevent any non-Parsi, non-Iranian Zoroastrian from entering the fire temples, burial grounds, and from allowing them the benefits of Parsi Iranian charitable trust and funds. However, this does not mean that the Parsi Iranian community, even if it is in a unanimous, can prevent the Navjot being performed on any human being in the world, whether he be Aryan, Negro, or Mongol, nor can it prevent such a person from wearing the Sudra and Kusti, nor can it prevent him from believing in Zoroastrianism and living his life in accordance with Zoroaster's preachings. The non-Parsi Iranian Zoroastrians like Peterson should never make the mistake of attempting to enter fire temples or applying for the Parsi charitable aids or benefits. With the passage of time, the assimilation of the non-Parsi, non-Iranian Zoroastrians with Parsi Iranian Zoroastrians shall be so gradual and imperceptible that the physical barriers shall collapse. In the meanwhile, Navjots, like Peterson, will continue without hindrance, as only the generally convinced persons will want their Navjots performed in a scheme of things where there is no question of gaining any material advantage or satisfying any sense of curiosity as to what goes on behind the closed doors of Parsi Iranian fire temples. Of course, what they're to prevent the new Zoroastrians from consecrating their own fire temples, from building up their own charitable funds, and from ordaining their own priests. As a matter of fact, the next logical step is to perform the Navar and Maratov ceremonies of Jesus Peterson and initiate him as a full-fledged Zoroastrian high priest. Alright, so that's all I got now from it, but I'm going to take some notes and do some more highlighting and stuff, and I'll have more to share. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you resonate with these videos, or if you know anyone that can benefit from learning this.